Club A and Edekminster welcomes you to this broadcast of high school girls tournament basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at Troy High School where the Sidney Yellow Jackets will take on the Tecumseh Arrows. Today's game is being brought to you by the following sponsors: Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sidney All Glaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, and NKTelco. Along with Jeff Henshin, I'm Dave Kanapke. Again, we are at Troy High School Division I sectional tournament game between the number 5 seeded Sidney Yellow Jackets and the number 11 Tecumseh Arrows. Should be a good matchup here this afternoon. First start with the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Jeff had a really good regular season. They finished in first place in the Valley Division in the Miami Valley League. 17-5 overall, 16-2 in the league under third-year head coach Jamal Foster.
They have had a nice season. They've won 5 in a row to get to this point or to finish their regular season, and they're not real deep. They've had a couple tough injuries early on in the season, losing Lexi Brewer, and then she got hurt. And then Reagan Clark, due to transfer rules for the Ohio High School Athletic Association, has to sit out the final year or half of the year. So not real deep on their bench, but they get it done. They play in-your-face defense, and that's what we're going to have to do today is continue to play hard defense. It can help them get into their offense.
Their opponents today is the Tecumseh Arrows. They're a number 11 seed. They're going right to the starting lineups here. We'll switch to the Sidney All Glaze Audiology starting lineups. Number 1, Kiara Hutchins. Number 4, Larkin Watermark, a 5'6" junior. Number 5, Jordan Scully. And number 22, Keelis McNeil, a 5'10" freshman. And the leading scorer, number 23, Allie Stockton, averaging 17 points a game for the 5'9" junior. Head coach Jamal Foster. And the home team today will be the Tecumseh Arrows, their 11-seeded team. Very good 11-seeded team. Pretty good record overall.
They have a good record. They have lost their last 3 games of the year. So that partially due to an injury to Mae Matson, who missed those games. But she's back in the lineup today, so that helped them out with their offense. She's their leading scorer.
As she's introduced here, 5'2" senior, the only senior on the team. Number 22, Emma Garber, a 5'3" junior. And these are Sidney All Glaze Audiology starting lineups. Madeline Moore, a 5'3" junior. Number 23, Gabby Russell, a 5'10" junior. And number 13, Izzy Johnson, a 6-foot sophomore. Head coach Chastity Russell, third-year coach. Comes to Arrows, 11 seed, 15-7 overall, 8-2 in the Kenton Trail Division, second place of the Central Buckeye Conference. You see the Sidney starting lineup there as well. Quickly then, Jeff, let's talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. We'll first start with the Yellow Jackets.
Well, the Yellow Jackets, they want to defend well for 4 quarters. Again, that's what is their key. They also want to stay out of foul trouble, not very deep. And offensive rebound, they don't shoot real well, but boy, they crash the glass. Keelis McNeil leads the team with 8 boards a game. And for Tecumseh,
for the Arrows of Tecumseh,
they want to stop Scully and Stockton, or Stockton and Scully from getting hot. Those are their scores, if you will. Play together, move the ball on offense. They know that City's going to play tight man-to-man defense. They have to be moving without the basketball to make it easy pass and catch, and kind of ties right into handle the pressure. You got to take care of the basketball and don't let City get some open transition buckets off of turnover.
Again, those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. The Arrows with the basketball as they lose the ball out of bounds.
Again, pretty tight defense, really. Tecumseh never got inside the 3-point line, and they force a turnover against Matson as he dribbled the ball off of her foot.
Kara Hutchins will bring the ball up for the Yellow Jackets, number 5 seed here at Troy, 17-5 overall record. Allie Stockton won over 1,000 points earlier this season. The basketball gives it back to Hutchins.
And she scored that 1,000th point on her NKTelco home game a couple games ago, and nice career, just a junior, but she's had to pick up the slack with the loss to Brewer.
As she hits the tray to give the Yellow Jackets the 3-0 lead to start here, and there's a travel on Tecumseh.
Back-to-back turnovers day for the Arrows, and you mentioned Stockton. She's really had to pick up the slack, and she's their go-to player, if you will. Not a real great shooting percentage, but she makes things happen, and a lot of times she gets her own missed rebound or her own missed shot, and the triple she hit there was her 23rd of the season.
Hutchins trying to find an opening, gives it to McNeil. Drive to the hole is Scully. Jordan will go to the line to shoot 2.
Morgan Allen picks up the foul for the Arrows, and you mentioned Scully. Remember, she's a freshman, and she has grown throughout the season. That was a nice move, taking it to the left side for a right-handed girl, aggressive, and didn't have a great opening, but made it happen and drew the foul. And chance here to shoot free throws, but she's picked up the scoring. She averages 11.1 a game. And again, having to pick up if they lost a couple players here during the season.
Also has had 37 threes as she rattles home the second one. 4-0 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
Their 37 threes lead the Yellow Jackets, and a pretty good clip, 31%.
There's a 3 nailed there by Gabby Russell. She averages 12 points a game.
Her 29th made triple of the season, and she shoots it at 26%. And Dave, the Arrows like to shoot the three-point ball a lot.
Yeah, they've made that's 128 now, so that's about 6 a game. There's a runner there by Vordemark. Markin Vordemark, 5'6" junior with the basket.
She averages just under 10 points at 9.3 a game.
There's another runner there by Russell. And between both these teams, average pretty high. Sidney averages 58 points a game. Tecumseh averages 59, so we probably see some points putting on that scoreboard today.
Good offense for both teams, and they like to, play fast. There's no doubt about it. And they've got girls that penetrate and can score.
Stockton came up with an errant pass, it just didn't fall. Rebound Tecumseh. There's Maddie Moore trying to drive on Stockton. Triple team, the ball goes out of bounds. She caught a break because it'll stay with the Arrows.
5'3" junior guard there going into the middle. The Arrows don't possess a lot of team height, and Moore there kind of went into the trees. Good wall-up defense by the Yellow Jackets, not losing verticality and don't commit the foul, but it does stay with the Arrows under their bucket.
Pass is stolen. It'll be Stockton all the way for the basket.
Good job with Stockton, Dave, staying under control, knowing contact was maybe coming, and gathered herself and protected the basketball, and finishes with her 5th point here early in the first quarter already.
Maston with the basketball. She's the only senior starting here today, so a lot of young players. And another 3 there by Russell.
Russell 3 for 3 in the first quarter. 2 of those shots, Dave, are three-pointers. She has a quick 8. She averages 12.2 a game and almost just over 9.5 rebounds a game for the 5'10" junior.
8-8 on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first, that's kicked out. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. Jamal Foster, 3rd-year head coach, 15-8, 16-6, and now 17-5 in his 3 years at the helm. He's done a nice job with this team.
It was nice when Stockton got her 1,000th point. She was a freshman when Coach Foster started, so they've been together, if you will, for 3 years. And it's a young team that's been playing together, and they're going to bring a lot of girls back. Just one senior on the team, Paige Frew, and then again with Brewer and Clark coming back full strength next year for the full season. They're looking pretty nice for the future as well.
Sidney trying to penetrate. Hutchins able to do it finally and draws the foul.
Another aggressive move there. We've seen a couple girls take it to the rim, Dave, and that time Hutchins picks up the foul against the Arrows. I believe it was on number 13. Don't have a board here. Oh, there it is over there.
Yeah, talking about this lineup, Hutchins is a 5'4" sophomore, but overall there's 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and junior. Stockton being the elder statesman, if you will, of this starting lineup.
She seems like a senior playing her 3rd year. She's, I think been a starter or a lot of minutes, if you will, so she definitely can take on that leadership role as Hutchins makes 1 of 2.
Arrows back on the attack, and there's another turnover. Gives it up to Stockton. Scully. Stockton thought about a 3. The 8th member of the 1,000-point club at Sidney High School for the ladies. They reset it. Stockton can handle the ball quite well. Trying to work off the screen, not there. Arrows playing good defense. They're stopping a lot of penetration. Sidney's trying.
They've been very aggressive. Amanda Man got a piece of that shot, a blocked shot by Russell against Stockton.
Push it ahead to Moore. She loses the handle. A lot of turnovers by the Arrows so far.
And that, I believe, was Vordemark on the floor. She'll be down on the ground at least 2 more times probably today. She is a aggressive player, no doubt, and she went to the floor to get the steal on that end. And
Scully's shot was missed, and that goes out of bounds.
Actually a foul against Khalees McNeil. So I thought there was a held ball. Instead, it was a foul against McNeil for the Yellow Jackets.
Have a 30-second precision strip timeout called by Tecumseh. Gives us an opportunity to let you know today's game brought to you by these sponsors: Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meat, Sidney Allglaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, and NKTelco are sponsors that make these tournament telecasts possible as both teams regrouping here. Pretty up-tempo game so far, Jeff.
It has been. We really maybe had a chance to talk a lot about these details. You mentioned the three-point shooting for Tecumseh. They come in to the game averaging nearly 6 makes a game, 20 attempts. That's 20 attempted three-pointers per game is their average. They make 6 at a 29%, but that's a balker. A lot of their offense comes to the three-point shooting. They've opened up here with a 2 for 2 from that range. Both those makes were by Gabby Russell, ironically the tallest player from their team at 5'10", junior, hitting down and knocking down the three-point shot for them here early in the first.
Russell with all 8 points for Tecumseh. Moore with the 3. Battle for the rebound, and we have a travel there on McNeil as she tried to pull away.
Tough break. Khalees gathered the rebound and then was handled and tried to wiggle out, and there's a travel violation, but McNeil, the freshman post player, averages 8 rebounds a game, so she is around the loose ball rebounds quite often.
Able to inbound it. There's Mae Maston, averages over 15 points a game, drives to the hoop and kisses it in.
And she's 5 feet 2 inches. She's committed to go to Marietta College next year, but scores 15.3. As you said, she missed the last 4 games of the season for her team, and during that stretch they went 1-3, including losing the last 3, so they've had to turn it around. She missed a game earlier in her season as well, but playing well today, and again 5 feet 2 inches and able to score the interior shot. It's a good Sidney defense.
Man-to-man defense being played. Wow, this pretty far away, and there's a steal by Russell. Russell, a good hustle there by the Hutchins to put it out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a nice aggressive play for Hutchins to prevent the easy opportunity, but it looked like Russell maybe got a little bit of a forearm against McNeil, but comes away with a turnover against the Yellow Jackets, their second of the quarter.
Inbounder Russell. Stockton's on top of her to not let the 3, and there's another pass out of bounds.
6 first quarter turnovers by the Arrows, and the pressure by the Yellow Jackets, forcing a miscommunication there. But ironically, the 6 turnovers, and it's still Tecumseh with a 1-point lead here with 2:24 to play first quarter.
Hutchins drives to the hoop, loses the handle a little bit, puts up a shot. That will go out of bounds, and Tecumseh will stay with Sidney.
It's a 3rd different girl, maybe 4th, that we've seen for Sidney be able to go to the basket. She did lose the handle, but I know that coaches I've talked to said she can do a lot if she just can kind of believe in herself and just go play basketball. She's got a lot of speed and ability, and they're looking for her to continue to grow. Just a sophomore, so some room to take time and care of business on that end.
Scully with a 3. Went through a few hands. It ended up Morgan Allen rebounded it for Tecumseh. Moore kicks it out for a 3 there by Garber. Rebound Sidney. Stockton double teamed in the backcourt.
Well, she could have got maybe a foul. There's too much contact. I thought maybe that it would go against Russell at first, but it's Moore reaching around from the back. But boy, Tecumseh pushing the tempo. I thought they pushed the ball down the court pretty fast here, and they maybe have been utilizing less of the shot clock, if you will. They've offense has been a little bit more fast-paced here.
I don't know if I've had a game this year where the 2 teams average 58 and 59 this high, as we have a travel there on the drive.
Yeah, well said. I mean, both teams, that's nearly 60 points a game, and
I'd love to see more of it.
Yeah, it's
the more points, the better.
It seems like the defenses are dominating more of the gameplay, and yeah, if the defense wins you games too, so you do what you got to do. But Tecumseh and Sidney, they high offenses, and we're off to a pretty good pace. It's kind of slowed down a bit here late, but I thought for a while we're definitely on pace to maybe get into high 50s.
Garber now with the basketball, coming up on a minute to go, and there's a long three shot there by Moore.
McNeil the rebound.
All the way ahead to Vordemark.
And she went down almost again. Again, she'll be on the ground a lot today. Diving after loose balls, making things happen. Gets rewarded here with a foul. And we'll have 2 free throws.
Vordemark, a 5'6" junior, averages over 9 on the season. Has 2 foul shots here.
Yellow Jackets now 2 for 5 from the free throw line here in the first quarter. So they've already made, 3 of the 4 Tecumseh fouls have put Sidney on the line. So that's, once you get to the bonus, that's automatic free throws. But they've been aggressive, taking the ball to the basket, and just 2 for 6.
Rebound Tecumseh. Talk about Sidney being young. Tecumseh only 1 senior starter. They have 3 juniors there, as Russell short on the 3. Pass ahead to McNeil, now to Scully. So reset.
For Russell, that was her first missed shot of the game. She opened up 3 for 3, including 2 made triples. Now that was her first missed shot of the first quarter.
Stockton, under 30, trying to back down in the lane. Scully gives it over to Hutchins. 3 ball there by Vordemark. Check that, was that a 3 or a long 2? Might have been a long 2.
Her fourth point of the quarter for number 4.
And Sidney retakes the lead. Hutchins with the steal. Kiera to the hoop, followed by Stockton and in. Good defense by Hutchins, and a good way to finish for the Yellow Jackets. We played 1 quarter of basketball, tournament action. Yellow Jackets up by 3. We'll be right back with quarter number 2 on NKTelco Sports.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
We played 1 quarter of basketball here. Yellow Jackets with some points late in the quarter to end with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, they trailed most of that end of the first quarter 10-9, but got a couple big buckets at the end and take a 13-10 lead. Sidney in the first quarter, 5 of 11 shooting from the field. Of those, they were 1 of 2 from 3-point range and left some points on the line at the free throw line. They're going to get a chance here to improve on that, but in the first quarter, Sidney just 2 of 6 from the free throw line. On the other side of the court, Tecumseh 4 of 9 from the field shooting, very good percentage, and of those they were 2 of 6 from 3-point range, but did commit 7 first quarter turnovers for Tecumseh.
Hutchins hits the first one for the 5'4" sophomore. This is the 3rd game here at Troy. Here, the first game was won by a running clock by Barrelbrook. Hutchins did it. And the second game was won by Beaver Creek. The winner of this game will play that. Beaver Creek won 67-27. The winner of this game will come back on Wednesday the 16th, play the second game at 7:30 p.m. back here at Troy. A lot of good teams with good records here at this Troy sectional.
Beaver Creek, the number 7 seed, will face
winner of this game, the 5 and 11, Sidney and Tecumseh. Stockton with a nice rebound.
Missed shot there by, I forgot who it was. I think Morgan Allen.
Also, we mentioned Bellbrook. Bellbrook's the number 3 seed, so on this Troy sectional, they'd be the highest seed of the remaining teams and of these 2 teams here. Right now, a 5-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Stockton has to get big it out to Watermark. Stockton will try a 3. McNeil with the rebound. Nice block there by Russell. She pushes it ahead to Garber. Can't get it to roll. Stockton swinging some elbows with the rebound. Alley pushes it ahead, 3-on-2. Kicks it back to Watermark. Up and under, and that one's blocked. Way too low there with players around her. Maston comes up with it. They start 1 senior, 3 juniors, and a sophomore, so a little bit older than Sidney. Garber with a shot. Watermark rebound, but it's tied up immediately, so another jump ball.
I thought maybe Watermark had it, would come away, but instead it'll be a held ball possession that will favor.
It's tied up with Izzy Johnson. The Sidney coach Jamal Foster will take a precision strip timeout. Seeing if it's a, looks like it's a 30-second timeout. Reminder that to follow WCSM AM 1350, 96.7 FM, and their internet exclusive games on WCSMradio.com all season long. Your sports leader in Mercer and All-Glaze County WCSM Radio. Right now we're at Division I tournament action here at Troy High School along with Jeff Henshin. I'm Dave Kanapke. Sidney on our First National Bank scoreboard leads by 5, 15-10.
Again, they opened up the game with a 3-pointer by Stockton, but then it was the Tecumseh that came back, had that 10-9 lead for a long time there. And now Sidney has run off 6 straight points, and they've again forced a lot of turnovers already against Tecumseh. Had 7 turnovers Tecumseh did in that first quarter compared to 3 for Sidney.
Lob to Russell. There's Maston with a tray. Rebound there by Allen, and she will be tied up. She had 3 Sidney defenders, and the alternate possession will give it to the Yellow Jackets.
Turnover against Tecumseh. Yeah, the Tecumseh, got a stretch. They really hit some shots early on. They've missed, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8 or 9 in a row from the field. And also have yet to take a free throw.
They'll reset it. Pretty good records, these 2 teams. Sidney 17-5, Tecumseh 15-7. It's rare you get these higher records in the first matchup of any sectional. McNeil shot off the mark, but she hustled, got a rebound. Ball ends up going out of bounds and will stay with Sidney. It's a nice hustle there by the 5'10 freshman, Khalees McNeil.
She averages just under 5 points a game, and they'd like to get some more offense out of her, but again, a leading rebounder she is at 8 rebounds a game.
Stockton off the screen by McNeil. She decides to go the other way. Pull up by Stockton. Too high off the glass. Kicked around Hutchins. And that goes out of bounds again off Tecumseh. So a third opportunity, if you will, for Sidney.
Extended opportunity in this possession for the Yellow Jackets. And McNeil, when you saw that screen up top there, needs to make sure she doesn't get her feet too wide. That could be considered illegal when your feet are outside your shoulders. So keep that in mind when you're setting your screen. And she's setting it.
Scully's 3. That one will go out of bounds, and Tecumseh will finally get a possession here.
Empty trip for the Yellow Jackets. They got 4 looks at it for sure, but come up empty, so break for the Arrows.
So Arrows have been stuck on 10 for quite a while, probably 5 or 6 minutes. So the scoring is slowed down as that shot is way off there by Garber. Ward comes up with it. There's Maston. Good defense there by Stockton as she stole it away, and then from behind, Sidney lucky to get it back, and now tipped again. And a lot of action going on, and there will be a foul there on Vordermark.
It's her 3rd time on the floor today, but she does pick up the foul as well. Yeah, some wild possession there, and boy, both these teams kind of mirror each other a little bit in the fact how they play defense. It's very aggressive, and Sidney got that nice steal by Stockton, but that was help side defense that came over to strip it away, so the teams rotate well, and there's a big bucket for the Arrows.
Morgan Allen, a 5'8" junior, for a pull-up jumper.
It's a good shot for her. She only averages just under 3 points a game, but a team that's struggling on offense, you can't worry about the score. You've got to knock down the next shot you take, and that's a big bucket for them. They gets them off that 10-point mark for, like you said, they've been there for a long time and missed a lot of shots, but that one puts them back to within 3.
Sidney's won 5 in a row. They were first in the Valley Division. They were in first at 15-2. West Carrollton be in second by 10-5, followed by Stebbins, who lost earlier, and then Xenia and Fairborn. That will go out of bounds, so be turned over to Tecumseh. In the other division in the Miami Valley, the Miami division, Vandalia Butler won that, a 15-3 record, followed by Troy, Tippecanoe, Greenville, and Piqua. In the Miami Valley League that's been in existence now for, is this the second or third year?
Yeah, I'm not
split from the G-Walk
yeah.
Not too long ago, but good competitive league.
Kendall Dickman for Sidney, number 11, a 5'10" freshman, into the ball game.
Shot up by Maston. Rebounded, she has another opportunity. There's Russell. Reset it to Ward. Moore over to Morgan Allen with another jumper.
Back-to-back buckets, Dave, for Morgan Allen, 5'8" junior. Those are much-needed points. Your leading scorers are being shut down, and she averages 2.9. She has 4 points here in the second quarter.
Hudson with the drive. Kiera will shoot 2.
Attempting to block there was Morgan Allen. Looked like she had definitely got some action on the ball, but will be called for the foul, and you send Hudgens back to the free throw line for Morgan Allen. That's her second foul.
Kiera's first one off the mark. Stockton coming back in as Vordermark will leave, and Coach Foster trying to give all his starters a little break here.
Rotate them through. You don't get much of a break, just enough to get a splash of water, and that's about it. As Hudgens makes her second of 2. She now is 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 50% shooter on the season.
Lead at 2. Ward in some trouble, get it to Maston. She's able to.
Wow, there's a battle. Those are Madsen hands her the basketball like she doesn't have it in her hand. She's just that quick. Hudgens does a nice job staying in front of her.
Long 3 there by Ward. Rebounded Sidney. Hudgens on the wing. She'll go back and set it up. Sidney does a nice job. If the fast break is there, fine.
If not,
otherwise, reset. Yep.
Play fast, but play under control, because you don't want to force things. You have a 2-point lead and want to make sure you get good quality shots. And as much as you'd like to get one where it's not 5-on-5, sometimes you have to settle and rely on your offense.
Stockton does a 3. Rebound there by Dickman, came up with the rebound there. Stockton, that is blocked there by Moore. That'll be a jump ball. Good defensive play, all in possession to the Arrows.
I kind of like that call, the offense. Take a replay of it here. Watch Stockton. Defense is basically probably straight up. It wasn't bad. I like the call, because what are you going to call? A charge or a block is like really nothing, and the shot was right into the defender's hands. The jump ball, in my mind, is a good call and the right call. That's a turnover, though, for the Yellow Jackets. Their third of the quarter. That gives them 6 in the game. Tecumseh, 9 turnovers in the game. 7 in the first quarter, just 2 so far in the second quarter.
Tecumseh on the season, they finished in second place behind Jonathan Alder as they have another turnover. Hudgens gives it up to Vordermark, loses it almost out of bounds, but Scully chases it down, but it was, well, they pointed the wrong way.
Yeah,
she stepped on the end line there.
Yeah, Scully, Vordermark kind of lost it in the overpass. Scully nearly saved it, but caught the end line for now the 7th Sidney turnover.
Starting to say they were in second place in the Kenton Trail behind. They were 8-2. Jonathan Alder at 10-0, followed by Bell Fountain, London, Shawnee, and Kenton Ridge. As the name would indicate, central part of the state of Ohio. And there's off the glass and in, and we are tied on the shot there by Colleen Kottmeyer.
They're getting some scoring from people that they don't normally get scoring from here, and that's allowed them to tie the game. Watch it here. I want to see once if it's on McNeil. I thought maybe the defense was pretty vertical. We'll take a quick look here, and oh, wow, maybe
Called it on Scully from behind.
okay, that would make sense.
Well, no, check that. Now they changed it on the scoreboard. It is second foul on Khalees McNeil. Hutchins with the drive, rolls off. Rebound there by Izzy Johnson. Chance for the Arrows to take the lead, which they haven't had since late in the first quarter when it was 10-9 for a long time. And there's another jump ball, and seems like every jump ball's turning the ball the other way.
Yeah, they've not saved the possession with a tie. It's been turnovers, and Khalees McNeil will sit down with those 2 fouls for number 22. Tough break there on that last defensive foul called against Sidney, but where the game goes. And yeah, the Arrows have actually come back now to tie the game, and Sidney's had 5 offensive rebounds, but I don't know that they've turned any of those into points, so have not been able to capitalize.
Scully thought about a 3. Stockton will drive, bunch of defenders, and there's another jump ball.
And another turnover. Again, tough call. You know, you go up, it's really not a shot, I don't think, because if it's jump ball, the ball's in the shooter's hand, and so maybe she was in the act, but again, Stockton at 5'9", not extremely short, but the Arrows have had some good wall-up defense, and you saw one of the officials in the last possession put his hands up in the air, like straight up, meaning he called it wall up. The defensive player was totally vertical in his mind.
Maddie Moore drives, tried to get it to Johnson, too high.
Right idea. The Sidney defense had definitely collapsed onto number 24, Maddie Moore, but the pass a little high. I would have faked high, bounce pass low. Good demonstration, Dave. When's the last time you overthrew someone over, whatever was the last time a bounce pass went over someone's head?
Yeah.
Never. That's my pet peeve. Of course, it's easy for us, Dave. We're sitting up here.
That's
we
right.
have a beautiful view of the game, and it's tough when people are playing defense on you, but a right idea nonetheless.
Down at 9 seconds. They
Wow.
get it to Stockton. Down to 6 seconds. Hutchins, it's a long 2. And we will go to halftime. Relatively low scoring game on our First National Bank scoreboard. We are tied 16-16. Jeff will be totaling up the stats. We'll recap them and come back with the second half here on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? NKTelco Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. NKTelco is a global company that is growing with its sights on being a billion-dollar company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at NKTelco Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with NKTelco.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Allglaze and Sidney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Troy High School. We are tied at halftime on our First National Bank scoreboard. We've seen between number 5, Sidney, and number 11, Tecumseh. With the first half, Wagner's IGA stats and recap. Here's Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Thank you, Dave. As the score indicates, 16-16 is a score, but boy, it kind of slowed down offensively. The defense for each team kind of took over. Shooting for the first half, the Yellow Jackets on the left, 5 of 21 overall. Of those, they were 1 of 5 from three-point range. Tecumseh hit on 7 of 19 field goal attempts. Included in those attempts, they were 2 of 10 free throws. The Yellow Jackets 5 of 10. Tecumseh just 0 for 1. Rebounds even. And turnovers, Sidney with 8, Tecumseh with 12. And the way this game started out, Dave, we thought maybe we were going to get those high scoring affair as both these teams come in, averaging right around 57, 59 points a game. But right now we're on pace to get into the 30s as the defense again have forced some turnovers. 12 against Tecumseh, 8 against Sidney. And Sidney, the rebounds, they've had 7 offensive rebounds, but I don't really have them marked down other than maybe for 2 points that they've actually been able to score off of those. And Tecumseh, a few more turnovers have kind of limited their ability to get some shots off. But they've hit a couple of three-pointers, and that's kind of where we're at. 16-16, just not a lot of offense, so you really can't dissect it any other way other than credit to the defenses for pressure and making it difficult to get open good looks.
Yeah, ever since about halfway through the first quarter, both teams just got totally not really in a rhythm. I think Sidney's getting some good looks. They didn't hit a lot of their foul shots. Just haven't got a good rhythm going, and there's a foul there.
It's the 4th time Vordemark's been on the floor. I've had these games.
For those of you keeping score at home.
No one is, but I've seen Vordemark play a lot this year. She plays hard. Like I said, it's the black and blue person on the team that dives after the loose balls and gets things, and Boys is scrounging around. And by the way, she scores just over 9 points a game, so she does a lot of good things, and just a freshman. Again, as Dave mentioned in our broadcast, Sidney very young. They don't start a senior. They only have 1 on the team, and the girls that are out tonight, Brewer and Clark, are both underclassmen as well, so they'll be back next year.
That pass went off the foot of Stockton, so another turnover. Maddie Morris had her pocket picked by Hudgens. Pass ahead to Stockton for the basket. Nice pass there by Kiara Hudgens.
Hudgens averages 3 assists a game. Beautiful pass, not too high, not too soft, threaded the needle, and Stockton finishes for her 9th point.
Underneath to Johnson. Nice rebound by McNeil. First few minutes of the second half is critical there as Scully couldn't hit the 3. Stockton, there's Vordemark, comes up with a loose ball, and she is fouled.
And she's down for the 5th time. Do you want me to keep that stat or not?
Yeah, I think so.
It's fine. But offensive rebound, so now the Yellow Jackets extend this possession, have a chance for points from Vordemark.
Yeah, they always say about the first few minutes of the half is so big. I think this is the type of game it really is, because, like I said, nobody was really playing very good offense at the end of the half. I think whoever can get a nice spurt here can really take control of this game.
Of course, then you look at Tecumseh, the way they shoot 3-pointers, the volume. They've got girls that can let it fly. Those can bring you back in a hurry. As Vordemark makes her 5th point of the game, she had 4. Those were first 4 of the points of her game came in the first quarter.
Russell, an offensive foul there. A good defense by Khalees McNeil to draw that.
And you had to be careful. McNeil already 2 fouls. If that's ruled a block, that's her 3rd. But instead it'll be the 3rd foul against Izzy Johnson. So a 6-foot sophomore, Izzy Johnson, will check out. Good defensive play by freshman number 22, Khalees McNeil.
And Morgan Allen will come in. She had a couple big baskets there in the second quarter for the Arrows. Stockton, 17-footer, nothing but net.
Back-to-back buckets are 4 points in the quarter, I should say, from Stockton, 1 in transition. That one, like you said, the 16, 17-footer.
Stockton with the steal. At the free throw line, can't get it to fall. Pass ahead there. Garber had a step. Hutchins did a good job of regroup. Good defense there. Scully comes up with a rebound.
Nice move by Garber trying to avoid the turn or the charge, but just couldn't get the shot to drop.
Vordemark on the pass from Neal. And there will be I think a foul on the rebound there. One of those frustration ones is Good pass by McNeil, but Vordermark just couldn't quite finish it.
Thought she had a nice move, that pivot, and then the step through, but just rushed it or put too much on it. And like you said, a lot of times there's backcourt foul. Dave had one last night in the boys' game I did. Sure enough, the backcourt foul was the person that missed the shot. And a lot of times they're just frustrated and try to get it back and make a good thing happen after missing a shot.
Moore finds Allen. Allen rattles in and out. So Tecumseh has not scored here in the half. Sidney has scored 5. Hudkins with a nice layup.
Boy,
Athletic.
she had a defense and kind of stuck. Didn't know if she was going to bounce pass or not. And came with a nice finish left-handed.
Stockton with the steal and a layup. A 9-0 run for the Yellow Jackets. Tecumseh is going to call a timeout. Sidney fans are hooping it up. That'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching tournament basketball here on NKTelco Sports.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
At halftime, we talked about both teams being tied. It's like who could ever get that spurt here, and Sidney has done that with a 9-0 run.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. As Sidney's done it off of defense. They've gotten some steals and converted them instantly to score. So not only getting in the steal, but they've capitalized on it. I think 4 points have come off of steals. And Stockton's coming alive. That's dangerous for the enemy. When your leading scorer for the Yellow Jackets begins to get in rhythm, she can help make everything else happen. She had 7 at halftime. She has 6 here in her quarter. It's 13 in the game, but the defense has stimulated that offense here in the start of the third quarter.
Allie Stockton has now moved into 7th place with 13 points. She moves by Rihanna Williams, who had 1,062.
She's going to move by some others here the end of this year and beginning of next year.
Hopefully quite a few yet this year we'd like to see as
Yellow Jackets try to make a run in that D1 tournament.
There's Russ, who has been quiet since early. There's a 3 ball off the mark by Ward. Rebound, and we have another jump ball.
This time, David will stay with Tecumseh. In that first half, it seemed like every jump ball became a turnover as it gave it to the other team. But Tecumseh now working on their 3rd shot attempt or 3rd possession here in this extended possession or 3rd look. So they need to capitalize, get something on the board. They obviously have not scored yet in this 3rd quarter.
Maston only scored 2 points. She averages 15. And there's a ball on the floor.
6 times down
on Vordermark, and that was a big one on the floor. She came up with a steal there.
Yeah, she went down and makes a nice move here to the basket.
Doesn't fall for Larkin. McNeil with the rebound. Out of bounds will stay with the Yellow Jackets. 4:38 to go, about halfway through this 3rd quarter. The Yellow Jackets with a 9-point lead. Winner to play Beaver Creek on Wednesday. 3 ball, Jordan Scully.
Her 38th triple of the season, made 3-pointer, 31% shooter from that distance, and what a start. That's 12-0 run now, and it becomes endurance now as the Yellow Jackets just continue to apply the pressure, and Tecumseh going to have to withstand the run and try to get it back in increments.
There's another jump ball. A lot of these jump balls, that's another jump ball. It's like Sidney's done a nice job of, Tecumseh will get the rebound, but Sidney will just smother whoever has the ball and just get that jump ball.
Yeah, it's tough. As a coaches, you'll say, keep it high, don't bring it down, get it out. It's, again, easy sitting back here to see all that, but, when you get the rebound and go to work before the enemy's guarding you, there's going to be someone open down the court.
Good job there by McNeil. Her pass was tipped away, but she kept fighting for it, kept it alive, and Stockton came out of the scrum with the ball. So another chance. Hudkins to the layup. Just missed the left-hander, and this time McNeil will have a foul, her 3rd, I believe.
Another beautiful move by Kira Hudgens, as we've seen her go with that left hand twice for a right-handed shooter. And those are good moves. I know she'd love to score, but more times than not, that ball will go in for her.
Coach Foster takes out McNeil with her third foul. Kendall Dickman, a 5'10 freshman, number 11 in the game.
Dickman's the only support player so far to play for the Yellow Jackets today, so they've gone one deep, if you will, and Dickman's only played a few minutes, so basically it's the same 5.
3 ball hit there by number 22, Garber.
Her first points of the game. She averages 11, so Tecumseh, you know, they're still in this, long way to go time-wise, but need to get shots to drop, but their leading scores have been somewhat held in check, other than Russell, who had 8 in the first half.
She had the first 8 points of the game and didn't score after that. Vordemark to the hoop, and Larkin will shoot 2.
She'll go back to the line for the 3rd time today. She's 1 for 4 from the free throw line. We'll look to improve on that. She's one of their better free throw shooters on season at 64%.
Also at Sidney, we're covering some games right now. Dave Helmstetter and Brandon Coverman is triple header. 4 games actually. Hopkins, the big win over Mechanicsburg. That was a big matchup. Carmen Huker had 25 points. They'll play Jackson Center on Tuesday night. We'll stream that game as well. Russia knocked off Lehman 63-16, and Fort Laramie rolling as you would expect over Ansonia. They're leading 29-5 in the second quarter. So a lot of our NKTelco teams have advanced. Season ends for the Lehman Cavaliers. Wish their seniors the best of luck. There's a nice runner in a basket.
Emma Garber, back-to-back buckets here, a 3 and a deuce, so she's done her part to help cut into that lead or that deficit.
Russell pulled Stockton to the ground.
Russell picks up her second personal foul, and that's team foul number 5, I believe, of the half for Tecumseh.
Reset it with Hutchins. 2:38.
Hutchins, a sophomore point guard, averages 7 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. So you can see where she's been a big contributor, kind of being a quarterback of the offense.
Scully tries to find an opening, doesn't find it. Stockton for the 3. Russell comes up with the board. Up ahead, it's Ward, followed by Russell. Big rebound there by Dickman, but she is tied up. Once again, we'll stay on this side with the Arrows. Arrows, the number 11 seed at 15-7 overall. Sidney, the number 5 seed, 17-5. The winner to play number 7 seed Beaver Creek on Wednesday night here at Troy. There's Maston. 3-ball Russell. That will go out of bounds. Dickman lets it go. So 2 minutes exactly to go in the third quarter. It'll be Sidney ball.
Tied at halftime, 16-all, and Dave, was it a 12-0 run?
Yes.
Okay, and then before Tecumseh scored, and then Sidney just got 1 point after that run, and Tecumseh has answered back with a 2-pointer. So we're sitting here at an 8-point lead, a long time to play. So Tecumseh needs to get a stop and go to work on offense. Dickman sets a high screen.
Stockman, good look.
Yep.
Just didn't hit the right spot on the backboard. Garber will travel. Check that was on board.
5 turnovers in the third quarter for Tecumseh, 17 in the game. Sidney had 8 in the first half, 3 in the third, so they're up to 11.
So the last few possessions, Sidney's had some decent looks, haven't been able to quite hit the shot. And you always want to take the best shot. You're not always going to hit your shots, but I think they're running their offense well. Hutchins tried to do a reverse layup and it swatted out of bounds.
I believe number 13, Izzy Johnson, with the block shot, but it'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. Stockton inbounds and underneath their own bucket.
Vordemark at the elbow, got the roll. Vordemark with a big basket, lead at 10.
4 points in the quarter for number 4. She had 4 at half. That gives her 8 in the game. Another turnover on the travel violation off the catch.
In the game would be Maddie Moore, a 5'3" junior. Sidney, you just want to keep extending the lead, as you pointed out, Jeff. You know, Tecumseh makes a lot of threes, and threes are usually streaky. So
yeah, if you're off, it's sometimes tough. How do you get your confidence back? And That's a tough way to do it when you kind of have to keep shooting them, and from that range, it's tough to even draw fouls. So you don't get benefit of like being inside, getting fouled, going to the basket, and hitting free throws. It's a tough way to get back on rhythm.
Scully, long three, rattles in and out. Good look though. Russell comes out with the rebound. Good pass underneath there to Moore, and she rattles it in off the backboard. Good assist, I think that time by Maston.
I think you're right. Nice bounce pass, and Moore, 5'3" gets her first bucket of the game. She's an 8.3 scorer, and that's again her first points of the game.
Clock at 15. We'll see if Sidney will go for the last shot. If they do, it'll probably be in Stockton's hands, but we'll see how it plays out. Down to 7 points. Hudgens is knocked away. Pass ahead, but that will end the quarter. A good quarter for the Yellow Jackets on our First National Bank scoreboard. 31 for the Yellow Jackets, 23 for the Arrows. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here on NKTelco Sports.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Welcome back here. Going into the fourth quarter, the Yellow Jackets took advantage of a 12-0 run to start that third quarter, and they have an 8-point advantage as we move to the final 8 minutes here in this sectional opener.
Well, they got a great start to what you talked about, Dave. The important first, let's say 2, 3, 4 minutes, first 3 minutes of that third quarter, they scored right away, got an in-transition offensive layups, high percentage shots. They knocked down some mid-range jumpers. They played good defense. They forced 6 more turnovers. I mean, really got it going early and forced Tecumseh into some tough shots, and just 6 points in the quarter, or I'm sorry, 7 points in the quarter for Tecumseh, and Sidney with that good start able to net 15, almost a first half total output.
Sidney ball to start us off here in the fourth quarter. McNeil back in the game. And there's Scully, corner three, rolls it around and in.
Her second made three-point shot of the game, her 38th and 39th. That leads the Yellow Jackets on the season.
Tried to draw a charge there, and eventually they'll call Scully on an elbow there. That was almost, it looked like, not to be critical of the official. He's like, well, maybe I should have called a foul before, but now I'll call the foul there. But
yeah, it was tough sometimes, the angle. I mean, we had a good angle if the ball handler pushed off or not, and then the crowd, yells, and then you just don't know.
There's a steal by Vordemark. Maston's chasing her down. Nice job, and rolls in. Good crossover by Vordemark.
Yeah, by Vordemark, knowing, sensing whatever the defense was coming, rather than just keeping it out in front, held it back, and then finishes.
There'll be a foul there, but a good start here in the fourth quarter by Sidney, just like they did in the third quarter. Larkin Vordemark with the foul.
10 points in the game for the freshman. It does pick up her, you said third foul, correct? Third?
Yes, yep, third foul. Be the fourth foul on Sidney. Shot up and off by Garber. So that will bounce out of bounds to be Yellow Jacket ball. Yellow Jackets have won 5 in a row. Tecumseh has lost 3 in a row.
Again, of those 3 losses, they played without their leading scorer, Mae Matston. Now, she's back today. She has 2 points. This came early in the first quarter. Hudgens has done a nice job defensively. She's been guarding her most of the night on defense and has limited her ability to even get really many shots off.
It goes out of bounds, so stay with Sidney. One of those 3 losses was to Jonathan Aldridge, the first place team in their division. Also, Tribe Village.
I saw that.
Who's Division 4 team, but one of the, very good one. Right now, a lot of people think it'll come down to them in Fort Laramie Regional Finals. A lot of basketball to play, but those are actually, they finished number
1 and 2?
Tied for first this week in the polls.
Okay.
As McNeil was fouled on the way to the hoop. Yeah, Fort Laramie lost to Liberty Benton last week. And that moved them just down. They've been 1-2 all year, but now they're both, Fort Laramie and Tri-Village, ranked #1 in Division IV. So, like I said, there's a lot of basketball to be played out. Rarely does it go as people think it will. Neal, nice form on the free throw, and the lead at 14, biggest lead of the night.
McNeil, her first points of the game, she's played very well defensively, pulled out some rebounds, spent some time on the bench with a couple fouls early, and 1 of 2 at the foul line.
Knocked out of bounds to be Arrow basketball. And we'll have a timeout on the floor by Sidney. Coach Foster.
I think actually it was on Tecumseh.
Tecumseh, a 30-second timeout. Brought to you by Precision Strip. Gives us an opportunity to let you know NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school tournament basketball game on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HG on Channel 503. Our replay times are Wednesday, February 23rd at 9 p.m. and Saturday, February 26th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more of the games on demand at NKT.TV, YouTube, Facebook, and at NKTelco.com/sports. There'll be a lot of replays in the next few weeks as we're trying to cover as many tournament games as we can for our NKTelco teams, and wish all the teams good luck, and especially our NKTelco teams. The more they win, the more we get to cover games. So we appreciate that support from NKTelco and our fine sponsors.
Yeah, the sponsors make us happen, and it's fun to do this. Area talent that is around us, and the level of play is usually pretty high, and it's a joy to hopefully not only bring them to you live, but maybe that you can watch later, you know, at your leisure, or in years to come you can buy copies and have them for your future class reunions, if you will, to watch.
Hopefully a lot of good memories being made this tournament season. Maston, one of the few times she had an open look, and she nails the 3.
Her 5th point of the game. She's only taken 6 shots in the game. She made her first, missed her next 4 shots, and then made that one. And if they're going to get back into this, they're going to need someone like her to find enough space to get shots off.
McNeil there was wide open, but the pass was a little too high. So the turnover gives it to Tecumseh. Russell and Stockton, that's been a pretty good matchup here today. Garber trying to drive, gives it up to Maston. Now to Moore. And good defense being played all afternoon by the Yellow Jackets. Lob ahead, Maston, triple team. They'll kick it out to Russell, and she nails the 3.
Well, back-to-back three-pointers, Dave, following the timeout. 6 points unanswered, and quickly back to an 8-point lead.
Vordemark trying to drive, double team, able to get the ball back. Try it again. McNeil loses the handle out of bounds. Coach Foster says he has seen enough. He will call a timeout. That'll be with 5:18 to go. Gives us a chance again to mention our sponsors. Our 5-star recruitment sponsor, Crown Equipment Corporation. MVP sponsors are Telecast, Clopay, and Nidec Minster. Our keys to the game early in this game was brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replay sponsors, Winners Meats and Osgood. Our starting lineups brought to you by Sidney Allglaze Audiology. All our timeouts like this one sponsored by Precision Strip. The stats and recaps are brought to you by Wagner's IGA. Jeff and I will pick a player of the game sponsored by NKTelco. And on our First National Bank scoreboard, the Yellow Jackets up by 8.
Well, just when you thought things were maybe not really over, but heading in Sidney's direction, Tecumseh has come back after a timeout by them at the 6:32 mark to make 2 3-point buckets, kind of force or get maybe gifted a couple of turnovers by Sidney, and now all of a sudden with 8-point lead, it's back to Tecumseh's basketball. And you never know, another bucket here, whether it's a 2 or a 3, really tightens this game up into a fewer possession deficit, if you will. So Sidney's defense is going to have to make a stop or stop the momentum the Arrows have right now.
Russell gives it to Garber. There's Moore with the 3, or long 2. Long rebound comes to Vordemark. So take it to the hoop, knocked out of bounds. Good defense played there by Mae Maston.
It was knocked out of bounds. I thought maybe, just maybe on the way going up, looked like some contact. Once you're going up as a shooter, you shouldn't be bumped, but turns out to be a good defensive play by Matson.
Scully with a 3. McNeil with the rebound. They'll reset it to Stockton.
Now, at what point, Dave, with 4:45 to go, I mean, you're up by 8. You can't really shut down your offense, but do you keep shooting threes? Because if you don't hit them, then, well, why didn't you run clock? And if you run clock, then you get out of your rhythm. It's a tough space to be in. How do you want to keep playing? You just don't want to force shots, but you got to look to score as well.
I always think teams start to do that too early, then too late, and then you get out of your rhythm. It's way too much time to go here.
As much as Sidney would like the clock to be down to about 17 seconds total, it's not. You got to take care of the basketball.
Scully in some trouble, but
Tecumseh was double teaming all over the half court.
Yeah, it seemed like Sidney went through a stretch there. That ball kept getting further back and back close to the midcourt stripe.
Hindsight, Tecumseh had Sidney kind of backpedaling, but they bailed him out with a foul against number 24, Maddie Moore. 1-on-1 though, so he put Sidney at the line. They haven't shot the free throws very well today. 5 of 10 in the first half. They were 2 of 4 in the third quarter, so coming into the quarter, they were 7 of 14. And they were 1 of 2 here in the quarter, so they're 8 of 16. So just at 50% from the line are the Yellow Jackets today.
Scully with the front end and hits it.
That's a big one.
Yes. Just when the other team starts creeping back, if you don't keep moving, it's a mental thing almost, especially in a tournament game.
Well said, yep.
And it's always easier to make the second one after you make the first. Big 2 free throws there by Jordan Scully. She has 9 today.
8 of those in the second half. Made 2 3-pointers, 1 in each quarter, and then there's 2 free throws here to give her 8.5 and 9 in the game.
Garber with the runner. Scully with the rebound. Hudgens playing keep away. They're trying to get her in a double team.
She's quick. She's quick. It's tough to double team her, Dave. She handles the ball well, and she runs pretty fast, this Hudgens.
And she likes to have the ball.
Yep.
She's not afraid. Yep. That's very important.
There. And she's tough to trap. You try to get her on the sideline kind of like a loose animal when we had cows out growing up, trying to funnel them to where you want them to go, and they just go, and then they boom, change their mind and go where you don't want them to.
And you can always tell the point guards that want the ball at the end of the game that are confident in that.
She's one of them.
Carrie is definitely one of those, because if you don't have that confidence, the defense can definitely sense that.
Yeah, kind of like we're the weak ball handlers. I mean, I hate to say it, not everyone can be a great ball handler. Either you are or you aren't, and Hudgens is one of those players that can handle the pressure. And not to say she won't make a mistake, but those people, even the good ones, miss a shot at the end of the game to win it or make an error playing baseball. But boy, they're the ones that say, give me the ball, let me make the big shot or take the big shot or handle the ball in pressure situations. And then when your point guard can knock down free throws, she is now 2, 4, 6 of 8 in the game. So a pretty good percentage, picking up her teammates that have missed some shots.
Along with Scully, there's 4 big free throws there between the 2 of them. Scully on the ground. McNeil able to pick it up. Good defensive turnover there by Sidney. Hudgens gives it to the corner. Scully thought about a 3.
Thought about it again, but again, 3 minutes to go. What do? Do I want to shoot one with a 12-point lead or force Tecumseh to play some defense and expel a lot of energy chasing us?
Smart move. There's a pull-up there by Stockton, and Allie knocks it down.
That's a big possession. Again, if she misses it, then Tecumseh seems like they still have a better chance, but Stockton hit the big jumper.
You always let that 1,000-point scorer like Stockton take them shots, and there's a big 3 by Gabby Russell.
Her 4th 3-point shot of the game for Russell. She came over 28 on the season. That's 32.
Wardemark, she hits a 3. Great form, held her form, followed it through the whole way. Coach Foster will call a timeout.
Russell, I believe it was Tecumseh the timeout, or did they both call one?
No, it is. You're right, Coach Russell for Tecumseh. A full timeout. We'll step aside with 2:31 to go here on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. NKTelco is a global company that is growing with its sights on being a billion-dollar company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at NKTelco Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with NKTelco.
2:31 to go, and the Yellow Jackets have extended the lead to 13, and they did a nice job of answering when Tecumseh got it to 8 and pushed it ahead. Some good foul shots. Looking strong right now with 13 points to go.
Yeah, of all things, you said they've answered the storm a little bit, and a lot of that came from making free throws, which they've struggled tonight. So Scully and Hudgens 4 for 4 here recently. And there's, I think, the 6th or 7th time that Vordemark's been on the floor.
And
I think it's 7.
I believe it's up to 7 for Larkin. That's one that you got to steal again.
Yeah, it's another steal, and she hit that jumper the last trip down on the baseline. And Sidney's going to play a little 4-corner action here, force Tecumseh to make things happen. Boy, nice entry pass, good defense, but Sidney holds on, but nice look there. Trying to get it to McNeil.
Scully playing keep away, finds McNeil for the basket. That's a nice play. If the defense is going to play over aggressive, you make them pay.
And Sidney has 4 ball handlers on the court. We talked about Hudgens, obviously their leader, but the other 4 can make things happen as well.
Russell
count
nails
the
the
basket.
3, and there's a foul. We'll see who that's on.
The bucket should count.
And it might be a 1-and-1. Well, it'd just be a common foul with 4 fouls on Sidney. So it'd be another possession.
So the 3-pointer should.
That's would be a foul on Stockton. Basket counts.
By Russell, her 3rd 3-pointer of the quarter.
Get a look here. Watch Stockton trying to fight through.
Yeah, and the foul, definitely, if you look at the official's hands on the sideline, his fist went up after the shot. There was contact, but when he called it, it looked to me like it was after the shot, so good call. Count the bucket, give the ball back to Tecumseh.
There to
Well,
Russell.
if you're behind, that's the type of play you need. And
Russell's open for another 3.
Oh my, that
was
huge.
short.
That'd have been a 4th of the
comes
quarter.
up with a rebound. Stockton.
Good idea, long diagonal pass. That's the spot that's going to be open during the double teams. You got to be open diagonally.
Vordemark for the basket. Give the assist to McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil got credit with a nice pass, I think, from Scully the last time. I don't think it was Vordemark last time. I think it was Scully, but this time McNeil delivers the assist.
Maston off on the 3. Vordemark with the rebound, and she's fouled in the backcourt.
And she'll go to the other end and shoot free throws here. Still a bonus opportunity. But you look at these Sidney girls, again, the youthfulness in them. I mean, these girls are making the plays. They're freshmen, basically, and sophomores. You got Stockton as a junior, but they don't look like underclassmen. I mean, they usually you can kind of tell, oh, she's a freshman. Look at her, but
yeah, they're smart basketball sense. They have good basketball instincts, I think is a good way to put it.
Had a good junior high campaign. As now the free throws for the Sidney team are beginning to come a little bit more efficiently, more fluently. As the percentage for them, I think, at the end of the game is going to be much better than it was at halftime.
Vordemark, 2 swishes and 16 points. Coach Foster will call a timeout there. Right now, just doing the last strategies down with under a minute to go. We'll review the bracket again. The bottom half here, it's the Dayton 2 bracket, but it's held here at Troy. The top half, or the top part of that, will be number 17 Franklin will play number 3 seed Bellbrook. That's 6 o'clock on Wednesday. The second game will be, we assume Sidney will play, the number 5 seed will play the number 7 seed Beaver Creek. That's the second game on 7:30, and then whoever wins that comes back on Monday the 21st for the championship of this lower section here. On the other side of this overall sectional bracket, you have Springboro is the highest one with the number 2 seed. I'm going to check if, I know Sidney never played Beaver Creek this year, so we'll see Beaver Creek part of the G-Walk. So right now Sidney has come up big. Remember, this is a tie game at halftime. Sidney has put up 35 points here in the second half.
Offensive, we talked about, where we thought would be in the 50s. Well, Sidney's there. The credit to a good second half, much better shooting. Nice step through.
And in the basket there by Emma Garber.
In the fourth quarter right now, Dave, right now Sidney is 6 of 7 from the floor and 7 of 8 from the foul line. So, again, when balls go through the rim, everything seems to be a lot more fun for the offensive team. Their defense, even improves, but the shooting for Sidney has really improved here, especially in the second half, but more importantly in the fourth quarter.
Will be Khalees McNeil.
Now they have 10 fouls on the board, but the announcer said 1 plus the bonus, so this should be a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, everybody's relaxed, and Khalees rattles it home.
Khalees McNeil now 4 points here in the fourth quarter. She averages 4.9, so this point here would give her just at her average. That one rattles out.
35 seconds to go as Tecumseh completed their very good season. They will end it at 15-8, but they will fall to the Sidney Yellow Jackets. It was 16-16 at halftime, and they have played the better second half to come out of here with a win, as they will call a foul on.
No, travel.
Travel, okay,
I
travel.
think Stockton and Hudgens ran into each other when they landed. There was some contact, and evidently maybe some feet shuffled, and that caused a violation.
Just a matter of the final score here, and looks like the last possession by Tecumseh. The three-pointer is short there by Garber. Scully with the rebound, and the Yellow Jackets prevail. And a hard-fought win as they pull away in the second half. Your final on the First National Bank scoreboard, Sidney 52, Tecumseh 37. Jeff and I will be back to wrap it up here on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
Thank you for your patience as we construct a new fiber broadband service in your area. We know that along with this process comes disruption in the easements and right-of-way areas, and we are restoring most areas as we complete them. A few areas will have some utility work installed, so we need to wait for the work to be completed before the lawns can be repaired. We're very close to having the fiber or coax drops cleaned up and replaced with fiber optic drops. Hang in there just a little longer, and we'll have a majority of the new fiber system installed.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? NKTelco Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. NKTelco is a global company that is growing with its sights on being a billion-dollar company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at NKTelco Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with NKTelco.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
We're back at Troy where the Sidney Yellow Jackets have advanced and have defeated the Tecumseh Arrows, the final score in our First National Bank scoreboard, 52-37. With our finals, Wagner's IGA stats and recap. Here's Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Thank you, Dave. As we look at the full screen graphic there, 52 for the Yellow Jackets, 37 for the Aces. Field goal shooting in the game for the Yellow Jackets, 17 of 43 from the floor, included in that 3 of 11 from beyond the arc. Tecumseh, 15 of 42 overall. Inside the, or out, I should say outside the line, 7 of 22, about what their average is on season. 6 of 20. Today they were 7 of 22 from three-point range. Key factor in the ball game, 15 of 24 from the line, the 24 attempts. The decent percentage for the Yellow Jackets, 15 makes, but 24 attempts. Look to the right, just 0 for 1. One free throw was taken by Tecumseh. Rebounding margin in favor of Sidney by 5, 31-26. Turnovers also played a part in this game with Tecumseh 21 turnovers. Sidney commits 15, and Dave, of those 21, can think of a few of them, especially at the start of the second half, that led to instant offense score, which opened up that tie game. So a couple of those live ball turnovers became big for Sidney. Credit their defense. Scoring for Tecumseh. They're led in scoring today by Gabrielle Russell. She finishes with 17 points. She made 5 3-pointers today. Also scoring, Mae Maston finishes with 5, 7 from Emma Garber, 4 from Morgan Allen, 2 from Maddie Moore, and 2 from Colleen Kottmeyer. Their total of 37 points for Sidney. Larkin Vordemark finishes with 16, Allie Stockton with 15, Jordan Scully with 9, Kira Hudgens with 8, 4 from Khalees McNeil, their total of 52 points.
The Tecumseh Arrows finishes their season at 15-8 overall, while the Sidney Yellow Jackets go to 18-5. They will play here on Wednesday night against number 7 seed Beaver Creek. I think a lot of this game came down to how Sidney came out in the second half, and also how they came out in the fourth quarter to pull away from a good Tecumseh team. And a game, the final score will look much bigger than what the score will be bigger than what the score of the game was like.
It was a tight game. It was kind of a frustrating performance for both teams in the first half. Couldn't get anything going offensively. That start of the third quarter, though, the defense for the Yellow Jackets, you see there's, I think, the first bucket of the half, where one of them was Stockton getting that layup, and offense started to flow. In the second half, Sidney scores 36 points. In the second half, they were 12 of 19 from the floor. They were 10 of 14 from the free throw line, all that in the second half. So that really makes a difference. And then your defense is pretty good. They continue to create steals, and there's another live ball steal score by Stockton. Defense just, I think, overwhelmed, or the endurance, if you will, of the defense won out, and they really forced Tecumseh to get just frustrated, if you will, offensively. And Tecumseh just 19 points in the second half. Couldn't keep up with Sidney, and a lot of their offense came. Had to rely on the three-point shots. They hit some, but nothing was fast, nothing was open. Everything took a little bit of time, and credit Sidney's defense. So good job by the Yellow Jackets.
Good win for the Yellow Jackets. Good team effort. Our player of the game goes to junior Larkin Vordemark.
Yeah, a number of players played well. Hudgens defended well against Maston, holding her to 5 points, but Larkin Vodemark right here. Watch the pullback, the step through, and the finish. She was on the floor 7 times today. She shot 6 of 9 from the field. She was 4 for 8 from the free throw line. She's the leading scorer at 16 points today. So congratulations to number 4, Larkin Vodemark, our player of the game, sponsored by NKTelco.
Congratulations to the Sidney Yellow Jackets on the final score, 52-37 over Tecumseh Arrows. For our NKTelco sports crew in the sports van, Bryce Hamrick and Xavier Schwartz. On camera, Mark Fissel. For my partner, Jeff Pension, I'm Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching on NKTelco Sports.